I thought that school sucked. I hated school.
Like it will go in one ear and right out the other.
Everything was hard.
I compared myself to quite a few kids that were 4.0 students. They'd never gotten an A-. I wondered, why can't I be like them?
When you can't read, you're lost.
And assignments that should have taken a normal child half an hour to do, we would struggle from the time he got home until the time we would put him to bed.
Grades were declining, he wasn't turning in his homework.
We felt like we had to do something.
We've gone to Sylvan, we've gone to tutoring centers, we've gone to a number of places.
We did all 10 steps of Wilson, and that's like an intensive program.
We tried phonics for a while and everything.
So I've spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to get my kids caught up. And so my wife comes to me and says, I want to do Learning Techniques. And I told her, no way. I'm not paying the money, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm sick of it. And of course she won. Corbin and Caden were at a second grade reading level, and they have gone up in the last 6 months to a 6th grade reading level. And the program works. Learning Techniques does it completely different. It's more of a neurological learning center than it is anything.
At first I thought maybe when we started he would be working on his homework or they would be giving him assignments that related to his schoolwork, and it was nothing like that. We would go once a week and we would be given assignments that we would do at home together. So I was assigned his trainer, and I was the person that sat down with him for about an hour every day, and we did different activities.
Probably most ones I loved the most was how they taught her how to learn how to spell, how to get her words so that she could get 100% every single week. The technique that they used for that was just fantastic. And the technique they use for their math program, for the times table, it's just this amazing pattern.
They're actually rewiring their brains, in my opinion. The marching, the jump rope, the memorization, the ball tracking, the pencil tracking, all of it seems crazy, but it works. And that's what my kids needed. They needed something completely different that wasn't the same thing as what the schools are teaching, and it connects dots in their minds, and it makes them use both sides of their brain to where they start flourishing.
I could see how excited he would get as he was making progression through the program and as he was progressing in school and just getting better.
Something clicked, and she came home and she said, Mom, Yoshi was reading me a story and I could see it in my head, and I was like, yes, because it was working.
3-4 weeks into it, my twin boys are starting to read what's on the TV. And then 6 weeks into it, they're reading the signs on the road. And then, 12 weeks into it, they're getting further and further, and they're progressing further and further. Pretty soon they're reading books, and they're doing reports in school, and they're doing all this stuff. And, I was completely amazed. I still am.
It was at the end of the school year that we finished Learning Techniques, and I didn't see these quantum huge leaps. But you know what happened? We went through the summer, and the next year he started in school, and it was like a miracle, the difference that it had made. He went from a boy that would fight with you over homework and struggle and have a difficult time getting things done, to a boy that was at the head of his class, and he was doing fantastic. And I was like, what in the world happened?
Well, we would now go to parent-teacher conferences and we would hear, Gabriel is wonderful, he turns everything in on time, he's communicating in class, and he was getting straight A's. I mean, we went from basically straight D's to straight A's in the matter of a year.
And we walked into the room and the teacher stood up and said, she's reading grade level. I don't know what you're doing at home, but it's awesome. Keep doing it.
My kids are in junior high, so they have, 9 teachers or whatever. Every single one of them asked what we did. Every one of them. And they were wondering, what the heck did we do with our kids over the summer to make them progress 4 grade levels? It's almost impossible. You don't see it happening. And this program did it.
Gavin went from being a boy who had lots and lots of missing assignments and having troubles just keeping up in school and doing well, to now he's on the honor roll.
I feel like they retrained her brain how to learn, how she needs to learn so she can succeed.
I have good grades now. I got all A's and I'm passing every class.
It wasn't so hard to do this one assignment, and so I did it. And then it wasn't so hard to do this next thing, and so I did it.
Like over time, I developed these skills and I developed this learning pattern that I have now.
My confidence has grown really big.
It makes me feel really good.
It made me feel awesome.
I don't know if there's like a part of the brain for like focusing. I'm sure there is. I don't know the term for it, but it just helped me with focusing really.
I can pay more attention.
You can achieve anything if you put your work into it.
She went from 3rd grade to 7th grade in reading level. I was like, finally, all this hard work is paying off.
When I bought this program, I'm buying a ticket to their future. Because if you can't read and you can't write, you can't really progress in your life. You have to be able to do those things.
For us, it was worth every penny because it worked. And nothing else worked. And we've spent thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars on tutor and help. And this worked.
I only paid for half the program up front because I didn't believe a word that they were saying to me. But after seeing it for 3 months, I was like, I am not stopping this program. We're gonna keep going. Here's the rest of the money. Let's get this thing moving.
It is so intense and it just works. It was fabulous. I mean, it was fabulously difficult and the results were fabulous. It's changed everything in our family.
It used to be if you wanted Gavin to do something for you, or to get something done, you would ask him to do one thing. Because if you would ask him to do 2, it was a 50-50 shot whether he was even going to get one of them done. And if you asked for 3, that was the kiss of death. Forget it, you're getting nothing. We just saw such a great improvement, and it was like, wow, what happened? I mean, he's not even the same boy. And I'm very thankful that we found John and Learning Techniques to make such a big difference. He's able to stay on task. He's able to get things done.
I'm so proud of her. I'm proud of me too, because it was stinking hard.
Check your commitment. If you're committed and you would do anything that it took to try to help your child, this is what you need to do.
If someone said, would you do it again? I absolutely would. Totally 100%. I would do it again.
The time and the money that we spent with Learning Techniques is the best investment that's paid the best dividends of anything that I've ever done.
Call me. If you don't believe me, call me. You can call me anytime you want because I'm telling you that this program works. I'm a real paying client. And I've seen a huge difference in my kids. There is no doubt in my mind that this program won't work for anybody.
Everything that's good takes hard work.
You gotta be willing to put the hours into it, but it's so worth it.
If you're willing to practice every day, you will see results. Something will change and it won't be fast. It'll be like month 4 or 5, but something will change and you'll see success.